Ticker symbol VIRI got the pullback that we mentioned about in yesterday's video. Unfortunately, we were talking about the target of about I believe I said 125 or 126, right? It came down to 121, but that is likely because the Gaussian channel flexed while the price action came down, right? Let's go ahead and go over the possibilities now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, this is ARCa coming at you with a ticker symbol VIRI, technicals, raw price action, and statistical threat of analysis on this Thursday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, so so I wanted to go ahead and touch down first of all with the 3-day Gaussian channel, right? So this is where we drew the line of the pullback that we may get. And that 126 target was where the mean band was located just yesterday. So now that we got the new closure of the 3-day time frame, now we have the new 3-day time frame starting, right? So that actually pushed the Gaussian channel just slightly lower to about 121, of which actually about 120. And the price action came right back down to that 120 low, bounced right off of that, and actually is sitting at about 121 right now. Usually when we break upside of the mean band from the Gaussian channel, a retracement is kind of expected, right, to validate that area as support before a continuation onto the upside, of which has a target of about 155, right? So let's go ahead and continue the analysis here and see what else we have. The good news is, guys, is that we absolutely still have volatility now officially contracting below the 90 percentile, and now we still have that, and we still have the 3-period exponential moving average and the SMA 14 both pivoted towards the upside, which means that upon this condition, we have an upside thrust of about a 19.47% move to the upside, of which has already been looked at. Even the top side of the first even the upper bound of the first standard deviation of 30.76% to the upside has also been met. Okay, you guys, but that's not to say that the move is over. Please remember, yesterday we were talking about the maturing of this signal already, which is also kind of the reason we're facing a little bit of a pullback, right? But that does not mean, just like I said yesterday, it does not mean that the 5-day volatility versus momentum profile is done with its statistical move. Super tongue twister. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so yes, we're actually getting still a little bit of contraction signals here from the BBWP representing volatility, and we still have an upside pivot or an upside bias on that 5-day momentum. Okay, you guys. So remember that this has 5 out of 5 iterations, of which gives us a 100% upside accuracy and a mean of 64.76% to the upside with a standard deviation of 60.24%. Okay, you guys, the upper bound of the first standard deviation is actually leading to a pretty insane 125% move to the upside. Okay, you guys, if we look at that 125% upper bound, that puts us at a valuation of about $2.82. We spoke about the relevance of those targets just yesterday, right, you guys? But let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here so that we can make this short and sweet, and then we could continue on our day. Okay, you guys, so to validate the downside that we're looking at, even still, please notice the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame still with a downside bias. We absolutely have that SMA 14 suggesting a downside as well. Let's look at the 4-hour. The 4-hour is slowing down that bullish activity, but it still has a downside posture, right? So now, the 8-hour time frame is crossing below the 14-day simple moving average, very bearish. We definitely have a downside to look at, right, you guys? So this is not the end per se. What we're looking at here is just a reaccumulation phase, and then it will reaccumulate some more bulls and then let this thing rip to the upside even more, right? So now what we want to look for is, in fact, where the RSI signal can find support from the SMA 14. In this case, you can see that we're barely crossing below it. So chances are is that we may see the support on the 2-day, 3-day, or 5-day. So now let's go ahead and go to that bi-daily and see what there is there. Okay, so there you go. We can actually see there's a support touch on that SMA 14 pending. Now on the 3-day time frame, also notice we have a little bit of a downside, but we have that support right there. And now moving on to the 5-day, still with an upside pivot. Okay, you guys, so let's just go back into the charts and see where we can retrace to. Okay, so Yeah, I believe that we can use this, right? I mean, we've used this support. I'm sorry, we've used this resistance, right? So now we're using it as support. We have a nice bounce to the upside here. We have the price action literally sitting within that, okay? But if I were to be fully into full discretion here, yes, the bottom side support I'm talking about is going to be there's two of them, okay? First of all, the discretionary side is telling me 109, but if we pull up the moving averages, you'll see here that I've actually paired the 20-period volume-weighted moving average alongside the exponential 20-period. Okay, so that actually gives us a very nice hint over where price action can land tomorrow. Okay, you guys, so we're looking at a support touch of about 115 to 112 before a bounce to the upside, and that would naturally just create that ebb and flow that we've been actually looking at, right? Just like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it looks like VIRI is not done just yet, you guys. It's still looking pretty magical. Okay, so definitely practice discretion within this, guys. First and foremost, remember that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys, I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.